hello. Good day to everyone. Welcome to Mathematics Lessons Made Easy with Teacher Phoebe. So please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet. And there will be more upcoming videos for our lesson for the third quarter. All right. So please stay tuned and keep on watching. So let's zoom in to back when everything was nothing. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was without form and void, and darkness was on the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters. So, back when everything was nothing, the Spirit of God was already there. And when He said, "Let there be light," on the first day, there was light, and then there was everything. Alright? So, kasama na doon sa mga na-create na yon ay ang pagkaka-create din ng mathematics and most especially geometry, which we are going to have for today. So, we'll be having our lesson all about introduction of geometry. Okay, so let's see. Geometry is a branch of mathematics that deals with lines, planes, and solids and examines their properties, measurements, and mutual relationship in space. So that is why outer space tayo, tinignan natin kung ano bang meron sa labas. Lalabas tayo ng lalabas tayo ng Earth later. Okay, so it comes from the two Greek words, geo, meaning land, and metron, meaning to measure. Okay, so there you go. That's the meaning of the geometry. Kaya, back when, naalala niyo yung story ni Noah, nung sabi ni Lord, there will be a great flood. Create, Noah, make an ark. Ganito ang sukat, cubic feet, naka-cubic feet. So, nagkaroon na talaga ng geometry noon pa. Okay? Meron na talaga noon pa. Simula nung magkaroon nung makreate ang lahat ng bagay na nakikita natin at hindi nakikita dito sa daigdig. So, our lesson for today is all about the undefined terms. Alright? So, undefined terms. What does it mean by undefined terms? So, meron tayong mga tatlong terms which are considered to be as undefined kasi they don't have a specific definition talaga. Ano yung mga terms na yon? The point, line, and plane. Okay? So, I will not be elaborating to you how geometry was I will not be elaborating to you on how geometry was created. Pero the father of geometry is none other than Euclid. He was considered to be the father of geometry. For without him, we will not be able to understand concepts about geometry like point, line, and plane. Lahat ng mga definition of terms and those undefined terms that we have in geometry, postulates, actions, theorems. Okay, lahat ng yon ay nakasulat sa tinatawag niyang libro na The Elements. Kompleto yon. Napakahaba nun. Back when I was college, talagang nag-try ako mag-print nun ng as in napakakapal. Pero take note ha, mga definition pa lang yon. Wala pa doon yung sa printing kong yun, wala pa doon yung mga, as in very detailed, specific discussion ni Euclid about those topics in geometry. Okay, so hindi ko na elaborate in total, but I will be discussing these undefined terms in the most easiest way that I can. Point, line, and plane. Look! I have here a point, a line, and a plane. So let's dig deeper into this. Alright, ta-da! Okay, if stars in the sky represents points, what is a point? Next, let's have the line. Wait. Napabilis yata masyado ang aking Okay, there we go. If a line, I mean, if a heart rate represents a line, what is a line? Okay, there we go. If, let's dig deeper into line. Right. Okay. So if a heart rate represents a line, what is a line? Diba? Okay, next. Let's move to plane. If iPad and cell phone represents a plane, what is a plane? Yan. So we are going to answer those questions that I already presented to you in a most um, simplest way. Okay, so let's define now the terms that we have. The first one is the point. So what is a point? Okay, so point refers to the idea of an exact fixed location. It has no size. Simple. It's just only represented by a dot. Katulad no, pag tumingin tayo sa langit, makikita natin parang gatuldok na lang talaga sila. Ayun. Exact. They do not move. As in, nandun lang sila. Okay? Pero class, there are really infinitely many points. Okay? Imagine a matter like ice cube. 'Di ba? Ang ice cube ay binubuo ng smallest particles like molecules, and those molecules are intact. Parang katulad sa mathematics, yung molecules na yun ay katumbas ng point. Hindi rin mabubuo ang isang bagay kung walang point. 'Di ba? Iyon. Now, next, let's have the another undefined term that we have, which is your line. What is a line? So it says here that a line is a set of infinitely many points arranged in a straight path which extends endlessly in opposite directions. So the term here that you have to remember is the word endlessly. It has infinite length but no width, no nor thickness. So yun yung meaning ng line. Kita nyo naman sa example kanina sa introduction ko that when we say line, ibig sabihin, infinite na yon, endless na. Ang isang tao, kapag namatay siya, yung heart rate niya, as in, wala na. Hindi na nagbibit yung heart, hindi na siya magkakaroon ng heartbeat. So, from stable heartbeat, magiging ano na siya, straight na yung kanyang ano. Meaning, hihintayin na lang natin ang pagbabalik ng Panginoon. Okay? So, yun yung meaning ng line, endless. Next, what is a plane? Alright, so when we say plane, plane is represented by a flat surface that extends infinitely in all sides. So, pwede dito daw palang ma-extend siya in all sides. It depends upon. Kung ang nakita mo ay line, may nakita kang line, therefore, it can be extended. Pero kung ang nakita mo ay hindi line, then it cannot be extended already. Alright? It has an infinite length and width but no thickness. Alright, so may iintindihan naman natin ang mga bagay na to as we go on with our examples. Look, I have a point, and I have another point, and I have another point. Okay, so yan yung mga points ko. Now, look, Claire, can you please show to me, circle the point? So kapag ganun ang sinabi ko, you may wonder, ma'am, aling point? If that is the case, therefore, naming a point is really very important. Let's try to name the following. Okay, pangalanan natin sila. Okay, so yan yung mga pangalan nila na inilagay ko. Okay, let's say those names, those points are named by the following. However, kapag sinabi kong halimbawa, pakihanap nga si point Phoebe M. Kanya. Kapag ka ganon, it will cost you time and effort para hanapin kung nasaan yung point Phoebe M. Kanya. Paano kung yun si Phoebe M. Kanya? Therefore, you will have a hard time naming that point, at kapag isinulat mo ang pangalan niya, masyadong mahaba. So, in geometry, the proper way of naming a point is by simply removing the other letters that is not necessary. So, we name a point by a capital letter only. Now, what about if in case, ma'am, um, we have a lot of points that I have may nakikita akong madaming points dito at lagpas sila sa 26. Well, that is true because we have only 26 letters in the English alphabet. So if that is the case, ang gagawin natin is that, well, huwag kayong mag-alala, may makikita naman kayo dyan na 1. That would mean that is R sub 1. Meaning, eto si point R, eto naman ay si point R sub 1. So, this number you see here is what we call the subscript, and we use that to differentiate point R from point R sub 1. Okay? Kasi talaga may mga pagkakataong mauulit yung mga letters in naming a point. Kaya may mga subscript na 'yan. Hopefully, hindi naman siguro kayo makakakita ng madaming points. So, when I say, where is point A? There's point A. When I say, where is point B? There's point B. When I say, where's point C? There's point C. So, hindi na kayo mako-confuse, unlike kapag masyado ng mahaba yung pangalan na. Now, let's dig deeper into point A and point B, and let's try to connect point A to point B by a straight path. And if that is the case, nung kinonect natin sila, nakabuo tayo ng tinatawag na line. And we are going to name that line as line AB or line BA. So, we use this symbol to name a line. Yan, ganito lang. Kung ang point ay point A, kung ang B ay point B, ang line naman, ang pangalan niya ay ganito isinusulat. Okay? Now, geometrically speaking, the figure that you see here is not a line. That's not a line. Hindi yan line. Ma'am, ang gulo nyo naman. Ano ba ang line? Kasi, nakita nyo kanina sa question number 2 ko, di ba? Ang line ay endless. Nakita nyo to, putol siya. Okay? Nagkaroon siya ng end. And dahil nagkaroon siya ng end, if that is the case, hindi na yun line. Anong tawag natin doon? Yun ang pag-aaralan natin sa next video na yun. But, mag-focus lang tayo sa line. Pag sinabi na natin kasing line, dapat ganun siya. Extended infinitely in opposite direction. Meaning, endless. Okay? Iyan. So, since masyadong mahaba at hindi natin mahahanap yung katapusan nun, ang gagawin natin is we just have to extend your line a little bit and then put an arrow. Okay? So, put an arrow, 2 arrowheads. Dapat 2 arrowhead to denote that the figure is a line. So, dapat talaga, parang mapangalanan mo siyang ganito, line AB, dapat meron kang 2 arrowhead na makikita. Kung wala kang nakikitang 2 arrowhead, that's not a line. Ibang term yun, which I will be discussing to you in the next video. Okay? So, ano bang meron sa line natin? You have infinitely many points there. At ang magagawa lang nila ay ang gumalaw sa kung nasaan sila. Okay? Kasi diba, extended infinitely. So meaning, pwede silang ma-extend papunta pa doon at papunta pa dito. Alright? Yun yung ibig sabihin ng endlessly. Okay, so now, going back to the points that we have, let's try to connect point J to point C, to point S, to point L, and to point J. Kapag kinonect natin sila, makakabuo tayo ng plane. So, kinakailangan pala, para makabuo tayo ng plane, kinakailangan natin ng tatlo na line na maiko-connect natin. So, yan ang tinatawag natin na plane. Okay, there we go. And plane is named by the 4 points that is found there. Yung pinag-connect natin, yung pinag-connectahan natin, gamit yon, pwede natin mapangalanan ang plane na yan. So, yung mga point na yon, nung makonect sila sa isa't isa, ang tawag na natin nun ay vertex. Okay, so vertex J, vertex C, vertex S, vertex L, or 4 vertices. The vertices, okay, vertices that we have. So we can name a plane by the vertices found there. So we can name that plane as plane JCSL or plane MRD. So, pwede natin pangalanan gamit yung tatlong points na makikita mo sa plane, or pwede natin pangalanan yan gamit yung letter found at the corner of the plane, which is plane P. So, yun lang naman. Now, what's with your plane? The plane, yung mga points na naandyan sa plane natin ay pwedeng hanggang dyan lang talaga yung iikutan nila. Kung sa line ay straight path lang yung kanilang parang nagagalawan, dito naman sa plane, your points can move anywhere there, okay? Anywhere there. Kasi nga, infinitely in both directions, di ba? Alright? But, kung may nakita kayo pala dito na, na line, na may arrowhead, remember, meaning, it can also, your points also can move anywhere there. Alright? Yun. Now, to understand better our lesson for today, let's travel around the world with geometry and see what's with the world that has a real life application of geometry, the undefined terms, point, line, and planes. Okay, so let's go to Google Earth. Okay, mag-Google Earth tayo. Okay, there. Lumabas na tayo ng Earth, di ba? Ang saya! Alright, so let's go to... Saan tayo pupunta? China. Okay, there. So, Great Wall of China is one real-life application of geometry, most specifically sa undefined term na line. Okay? I don't know if you can see it, pero there we go. Let's zoom in. That's your Great Wall of China. So, hindi na natin siya ma-zoom in kasi it's really far away from there. Okay? It's mahaba yan. Sobrang haba niyan. And it has been really created by humans for them to be able not to be conquered by any other neighboring countries maybe. There. Okay, so let's go to, yan. So if we try to zoom in the Great Wall of China, yan. So may pathway naman siya sa gitna, and that's one application of line. See? Yan. So let's go to, alright, so we travel to, yan, para na rin tayo nag-travel. Papunta tayo ng Barcelona, Spain. Di ba? Para na rin tayo. Look at that, class. It's really one explanation of, one application of real-life situation about geometry. You see that their places are really made of plane, parang pa-square-square. And if you try to zoom in there, makikita natin na yung lugar nila ay pa-square-square and with its pathway that is really a straight line. See that? Okay. So, next, let's go to travel naman tayo papunta ng there. Okay. Egypt is well known because of its Great Pyramid of Giza. So, pag tinignan natin, Great Pyramid in there, makikita ninyo na yan yung pyramid, malaki yan. Para na rin tayong nag-araling panlipunan, ano. So, this Great Pyramid of Giza Great Pyramid of Giza in Egypt is tomb of those pharaohs who died a long time ago. Yan. So just a little trivia for you class. Yan. So if we try to zoom in, makikita natin na it is really an application of geometry wherein yung pinakatuktok doon, ang tawag natin doon ay vertex, and we have here the line, and yung flat surface, yung kinalalapagan ng pyramid is what we call the plane. So, yan. Figures. Actually, class, anything that you see around you is one application of geometry. Basta may figure kang nakikita, sigurado meron yan na point at meron yan na line. Like the Paris, the Eiffel Tower in Paris, France. You will see there na Where is that? Okay, yan, ayun, ayun siya. So, this is how your Paris, France looks like. And if we try to zoom in, the Eiffel Tower. Paris is well known for its Eiffel Tower. Yan, yan. Para na rin tayo nakarating sa ibang bansa with this. So, you may try to if we try to zoom in, makikita talaga natin na it's an application of real life application of geometry wherein you will see points, lines, and planes. That lines. Okay? Diba? So pretty. So let's go to the real world. Balik tayo sa Cavite. Sa pinagtipunan sa classroom ni Teacher Phoebe. Okay, so this is how, this is the Governor Ferrer Memorial National High School main there. Ayun yung ano natin, building ng grade 7. So, there you go. Right. Okay, so yan. Biglang nandito eh, no? Okay, so for the what I can do part, let us try to identify the points, lines, and planes in Teacher Phoebe's classroom. Okay, so may mga nakikita ba kayong point, line, plane dito? Let's try to identify them. Let's have the corner of the bulletin board. The corner of the bulletin board represents a point. What else? We have the corner of the top of the table, represents a point. What else? We have the dot on a wall clock. The dot on a wall clock represents a point. Then what else? We have the corner of the cabinet, corner of a quotation poster, corner of a quotation again. And then we have also the corner of the mathematician poster. And we have the end of the curtain rod. It also represents a point. Okay? So, representation lang naman. Di naman talaga totally. Now, take a look at that. Did you see that? That's a representation of a line. So, edge of a bulletin board. The edge of a bulletin board represents a line. What else? We also have the edge of the top of the table also represents a line. We also have the curtain rod. Curtain rod represents a line. Grills of the window represents a line there and there. We also have the yung linya ng beam natin, nagre-represent yan ng line. Okay? So, yun yung mga representations ng line natin. Let's try to have plane naman. You see that? Yung bulletin board natin, it represents a plane. We also have the top of the table represents a plane. So, pag sinabi natin plane, flat, ha? Ayun, cortina. What else? Nakita nyo yun? Yun, yung poster na yun. Nakita nyo yun? That? Yung cover ng book, it represents also a plane. What else? Yun, yung figure, yung ano na yon, yung poster na yon. And this poster represents a plane. So, kailangan ay flat. Yun yung mga representations ng lesson natin about point, line, and plane. Okay, so I hope you learned a lot in this lesson all about point, line, and plane. In the next video, I will be discussing the subsets of line. Please stay tuned and keep on watching. That will be all. Bye!